I'm here with Bibiano Rivera, also known as Haiyan. And will you please tell me a little bit about your affiliation, which group you're with, and what you're doing here at COP21?
Yeah, I'm from a climate justice activist from the Philippines. My movement is Philippine Movement for Climate Justice, and we are part of Asia People's Movement for on Debt and Development, which is a part of the bigger climate justice movement called the Demand Climate Justice. So we are now we're pushing for that the rich countries will do their fair share in the climate negotiations. We're pushing for the climate justice as a framework in resolving the climate crisis. Right now, the rich countries, particularly United States, they're holding on to the 1.5, but when we do look at critically 1.5 right now as how the rich countries is pushing it lacks really serious ambitions. No? There's not much reduction in their carbon emissions, not much technology transfer for the affected countries or developing countries, and not much finance also for the affected countries to adapt. So we're doing actions right now, and our colleagues in the blue zone, they're coming up with the positions. No? I've heard that a draft text called the Paris Deal is released soon, and I think it's already put into now of the press, and we will be coming also with our positions about that. We're organizing mobilizations around the different countries with climate justice movements. Right now in the Philippines, we will be doing mobilizations and press conferences, stating our position against the issues of this Paris deal that will come out before the end of this week.
So as I understand it, your key demands are 1.5 degree target and countries from the north or big emitters paying their fair share.
Yes. Particularly, it should be below 1.5. Below 1.5 because developing countries like the Philippines, when we are always hit by strong typhoons, and when we are hit by Haiyan, it's 0.87 degrees. And so the 1.5, we believe it's really difficult for us to survive by that temperature. But so we are calling for below 1.5.
What would you like to see? What would be your ideal agreement here out of COP21?
Anything below 1.5, together with the rich countries committing to their fair share. They should embark on mitigation that will equal their carbon emissions. We're calling that by 2030, all the rich countries should decarbonize. And by 2050, all countries, including developing countries, should also decarbonize. So that we will not reach this average temperature, it will be difficult for humanity to survive. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And it seems so important for the North and South to work together and for the northern countries to pay attention to the southern countries and the demands of the southern countries. Is there anything you'd like to say to your allies and activists in the North working and active in climate to be more supportive and better allies for the Philippines and other countries in the global South?
Yes. Yeah. In the climate justice movements, we belong to movements coming from the northern countries and the southern countries, and we are building our support and our movements within the climate justice call. And yes, the climate justice movements from the northern countries are very, very supportive. In fact, they are very, very strong with regards to our position right now.
Thank you very much, Bibiano.